Hello everybody, and welcome to the first pretty much official weekly video log where I talk about basically topics on either the channel or just video games in general. So today I'm going to be talking about one, the upload schedule for the channel, two, the latest Malevolence, the sort of Ahkranox update, and three, just basically generally what I have been playing this week in the way of video games. So first up is the actual upload schedule, and for any of you that have been with the channel for a while, you'll kind of have an idea of how it works. Basically, I briefly went into this in last week when I was sort of announcing that I was going to be doing this weekly. But basically, what way it works is that here in Ireland we're a long way behind a lot of other countries when it comes to actual internet, which means that unless you're in one of the main towns or one of the main cities, you're not going to get great internet. And like if you're anyway outside them, they don't even have standard broadband cables established, never mind the actual fiber optic. So generally we're left down to these things, which are mobile network dongles, and you just plug them in and they work off an actual mobile network SIM card. And they're good, they work pretty well. I mean, they get the job done, they're faster than dial-up, but when it comes to uploads and things like that, they're just you're at nothing. And then you have a bandwidth as well, which for this one now I actually just top it up every month with actual phone credit, and I get 7.5 gigabytes, which in today's standards is, well, let's just say inadequate, to say the least. So yeah, these things, yeah. But so when it comes to actually uploading my videos, I have to give my videos to a friend, and he basically uploads them from there. And we've kind of done our best to sort of make it as routine as possible. Generally I give him the videos on a Wednesday, and he will start uploading then on a Thursday. He generally uploads half Thursday and then the other half on Friday. So those are the two best days to actually look for videos, would be on Thursday and Friday. And I know I said this last week, I know that this is probably a little bit awkward for you guys, because it means that you're getting bombarded by literally 24 videos all in one go, and you're there trying to decide what ones do I watch, what ones do I not watch. And again, it's not really the way I want to do it, but it's the only way that I can do it at the moment. I'm hoping to get sorted out with some sort of decent internet connection some stage in the year without a bloody bandwidth. But until then, this is the only way that I can do it. So I apologise that it's the only way I can do it, but there's nothing that I can really do at this moment in time. As I said, I know it's probably awkward for you guys. I wish I could do it just daily and just upload 3 videos daily, but it's just not possible right now. The second topic is the Malevolence, the sort of Ahkranox update, which has just recently gone out. It's the latest update that includes the banks into the game, which is something that people have been looking for quite some time. It's a very, very complicated system to get working, so it did take time to get it 100% working. Trust me, like as a tester, I can sort of get a glimpse into how complicated the actual back system is with an infinite world. So yeah, it is complicated how to get it working, so that's why it took a little while. But it's now here, you can now store your stuff, and just like everything else in Malevolence, it is completely and utterly infinite. There's no limit to how much stuff you can actually put in. And the way it works is that one of the coolest features about it is if you're in a dungeon and you suddenly run out of inventory space, you can continue continue dungeoneering, because any further items that you pick up will go and be deposited straight into your bank, which can be accessible from any of the towns that you come across in Malevolence. It's not a case where it just sticks to one town and then it's a separate storage in another town or a separate storage in another town. It's literally just all joined in together, and all the banks are just one storage. So you can continue to dungeoneer away, and all new items that you find will go straight into your bank account. And the same applies to when you're actually handing in quests as well, because any quest rewards will be then deposited into your bank account if it is a case that your inventory is full. For those of you that might not have played Malevolence, you can actually download a demo off the Malevolence website, which is www.malevolencegame.com. I'll add the link in the description below anyway, and you can actually download the demo and you can actually try it out. And it's available on Steam under the Early Access program. It is still in beta, but it is incredibly stable for a game that is in beta. Like, really, really stable for a game that is in beta. I mean, I've played lots of games in beta and they've never been anywhere near as stable as Malevolence. And it's available on Steam, again, under the Early Access program. It's $20 at the moment. It will be going up to $25 once it reaches full release. And there are tons of features still to go into it, like lots of new monsters and crafting. There's a new magic system that is going to be implemented into the game. That's Alex's next goal, to implement the new magic system. It's going to be absolutely awesome. As a tester, I've been fortunate enough to actually sort of get a sneak peek on how it actually works. We haven't got to test it yet, but myself and the rest of the testers did get a sneak peek, and our jaws just dropped. It's phenomenal. It really is, and I can't wait to start testing it. And I'm telling you, you guys are going to be so excited when you actually see it. It's absolutely going to be amazing. The third topic is, what have I been playing this week? Well, I haven't really played an awful lot in my spare time. I haven't really had time this week, but I've been doing a couple of Let's Plays as usual. And one of them I've been playing is Montagues Mount, which is a adventure game. It's actually made by a company called Pixel Push, or Pixel Pusher. I can't remember which it was. Sorry. Who are actually based here in Ireland, and they made Montagues Mount, and it's an adventure game with a sort of a mystery behind it, I suppose you could say. I wouldn't call it really a horror game. It has some horror elements, but it's not particularly a horror game. I don't think. It's more of a psychological thriller, would be the best way to put it. It's a really good game. You can get it on GOG and you can get it on Steam. Basically, the idea of it is you're playing an amnesiac, a man suffering from amnesia, essentially, and you're trying to piece together what has happened on the island and who you are, and you have to figure out various puzzles and things. With some of them most of them aren't that taxing. There's one that I had a bit of problems with because I didn't realise I had a compass and I had to orienteer, directions and map it out and all this kind of thing, and I couldn't do it because I didn't realise I had a compass, but you actually do. But it's a short enough game. I mean, you'd finish it in about probably, I don't know, you'd finish it in about maybe 3 to 4 hours. But it's a really good experience. It keeps you thinking as to what's going on, and you can get it on GOG and Steam. I think it's about €7.99, I think, euros. It's really decent. I'll be uploading the videos of it, not this week, but next week probably is when I'll be uploading them. So yeah, keep an eye out for them if you're interested in it, and just sort of have a look, see what you think of the game, and then maybe decide if you'd like to get it yourself. It's good. It is good. Along with that, I've been playing The Watcher. Sorry, not The Watcher. The Swapper. Sorry. The Swapper, it is a puzzle game set in a sort of space station environment. Again, very psychological, where you're not really knowing what's going on, but the puzzles themselves are completely mind-bending. I've done a couple of parts to it, but I've gotten to the point now where I'm just stuck and I'm trying to figure it out. It's going to be one of those Let's Plays that I do every once in a while, because the puzzles are really, really taxing. I'm just having a hard time actually doing them. Like, it's not like Portal or or Montagues Mount, where the sort of answers are generally quite relative or they're easy enough to figure out. This is a completely different story. These puzzles are difficult. They are really difficult. So it's going to be a now and again one that I do. Like if I have a bit of an extra half an hour, if I have an extra hour that I have nothing else to do with, or something like that, I'll generally do it then. I haven't really got far enough into it to say much as to what's actually going on or anything like that, so I can't really go too much into depth. Plus, it's one of those games I don't like. Montagues Mount, I don't want to go too much into because it would ruin the story and things like that for you guys. I don't want to do that in any shape or form. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the Swapper. It's really really good. The puzzles are really tough. Either that or I'm just not able to get my head around them, one or the other. And the amazing thing about the Swapper is that all the backgrounds of each level and everything, they're actually made using everyday life items. Like the actual little shuttle at the start of the game when you're shot out of the space station, that's actually made out of a standard tin can, believe it or not, and just extra bits added to it. So everything in the game like is just made with everyday items and just sort of crafted differently to make them look different, but they are actually made using everyday items that would be considered rubbish or trash to us. So it's really really good. The other one and final game that I've actually been playing this week is Miasmata, which is a survival exploration type game where you're basically a man who has the plague, and you're exiled to an island which actually research has been going on to actually find a cure for the plague, and you have to basically explore the island and research with all the plants and all the flowers and things and try and find a cure. But the amazing thing about it, and what makes it actually different to that of other other games, is that its entire mapping system has to be done by yourself. There's no auto map at all. And the way that you actually go around mapping the island is using triangulation, using the landmarks that you find, and you basically have to sort of look at one and then look at another, and then you can actually sort of get the surrounding area around you actually mapped onto your map. Either that or find maps from journal entries and things like that. But you actually have to triangulate to actually uncover the entire island, which is a unique approach, and it's something that I've really been enjoying. But along with that, you're not alone on the island. There's actually a beast on the island, kind of something like a saber-toothed tiger to a point. I've only seen it once so far, but I didn't hang around long enough to admire it. I literally legged it as far away from it as I possibly could, as quickly as I could. But it's a really interesting game. I've done 6 parts to it so far. Again, I'll be actually uploading Miasmata with this video, and I've done the first 6, and I'm going to just upload the 6 all at once, and I'll leave it up to you guys whether you'd like to see more. Because of the way that it plays and the way the game's designed, it's actually a much slower game compared to that of any other Let's Play that I've done, because of having to triangulate the island and having to map out everything myself. It's much slower, but I'm trying my best to make it as entertaining for you guys as well at the same time, so that you don't get bored. Was watching me going from one place to another and just bip 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 bip, and just I'm definitely doing my best. So I've got 6 of them lined up, and I'm leaving it up to you guys as to whether I do more or not, because I don't want to do a long Let's Play, because it is going to be a long enough one, and it's just going to end up boring you guys, and it's just not going to be watched. I don't really want that to happen when I could be doing other games that you'd enjoy. So please let me know what you think of Miasmata and whether you'd like me to do more of it. So that's pretty much it for for this week's vlog, and as I said, any links I will put into the description. Like, I'll put the links for the games, I'll put the links for the Malevolence website where you can download the demo if you wish. I'll put the link to the Malevolence forums if you wish to join the Malevolence forums, along with the link to it on Steam, and the link for the swapper, Montagues Mount, and Miasmata as well. So that's it for this week, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you in next week's video log. Thank you, and have fun.